The second part of my VoiceThread is on Who Would Have Guessed? VoiceThread. So here I have a list of all the things I think are super useful about VoiceThread in our classroom. Now, VoiceThread offers lessons and classes anytime, anywhere. So pretty much, if we get a VoiceThread for homework, we can watch it when we're free and learn then. And if you're not here, maybe you're away somewhere, you can watch it wherever you have internet access through a mobile device or whatever you have available. And what I find even more useful is you miss something, you can just go back. You don't have to stop the teacher and say, "Miss, I missed this. Can we hold up the class so we can go back?" You don't need to do that. You can just rewind, watch the slide over again, and then you'll get it. I also found that it is perfect for the flipped class environment because as we're given the VoiceThreads at home, we can do our lessons, we can learn what we need to know, and then at school, where we have the teacher there, we can ask questions easily, effectively, and we can check our learning. It also has ways to make sure students are paying attention. Like some things with videos, which VoiceThread uses, well, technically videos, you wouldn't know if people are watching it really or not. But with VoiceThread, you can make it so you have to comment on certain places, like questions, and therefore you can check if we're listening. And my favorite part, it doesn't matter how fast someone learns when it comes to VoiceThread, because if you don't get something the first time, you can literally go back to the front of the VoiceThread and watch it all over again, no matter if you get it first time around or if you're much slower on the subject. With VoiceThread, you'll eventually get it. I thank you all for watching my VoiceThread, and have a great night, everybody.
Matthew, you should think about being a salesperson for VoiceThread. Great job. I loved how you went through that checklist, showing all the tools, or a lot of the tools that VoiceThread has. Wonderful job. I enjoyed this. Thanks.
So for the first part of this VoiceThread, we're supposed to share what we thought the most important tool we used this year in math was, and in my opinion, that would be VoiceThread, because we use VoiceThread pretty much every day, and I don't know, I just think it's a really effective way to interact between a student and a teacher without actually having to be face to face, and I think that's something that you'll really treasure over the course of your online math learning this upcoming year.
Marley, I'm glad that you treasure VoiceThread, and I really enjoyed hearing your brother's voice in this VT too. Great job.
Okay, so the most important tool used in SN4 for me are the VoiceThreads. So a VoiceThread is basically a pre-recorded class where you can do all of your learning. So the good thing about a VT is that you can actually pause it and take notes, and you can watch it as many times as you want until you actually understand.
Devin, I'm glad that you brought up the pacing aspect of VoiceThread. It is very helpful to be able to go back and review and listen to it over and over again, watching in areas especially that you're having difficulty with. So thank you for sharing what was your most important tool this year.
In the first part of our VT, we have to explain what the most important tool we used online this year was, and I chose VoiceThread. So this is what you're listening to right now. They're how we learn all of our material at night, and then we do the work during our class time. They're generally between 20 and 30 slides, and all of the information we need to know is in these presentations. So if you need to look back at the information later, you just go to the VoiceThread and find whatever part you need to see. So they're really, really useful, and yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
And watching your VT really brought to me how personalized learning comes through with VoiceThread. I mean, I'm looking at your slides, I'm seeing your little picture that you've used for your icon, and I'm hearing your voice, and I feel like just watching that, watching you interact with this VoiceThread helps me know you better. And I know that Mrs. Drolette finds that too when you all comment on VoiceThreads and bring yourself to the material that she shares with you in the VoiceThread. Your quote, your words, really stress for me why VoiceThread is an important tool for interacting in online classes. Thank you, Anne.
Okay, well, for this VT, we were asked to make a slide about what is the most important tool that we've used this year. And what I find is the most important tool is VTs. Because throughout the year, you do all of your learning by VT. Like, you'll be taught the theory and the concepts, and then you'll learn practical application in class. So you learn everything through VTs. And they're extremely helpful and useful, and you can comment on them and ask questions and stuff. And they're really engaging, and you really learn how to do it and understand what you're doing. So I found them to be really useful, and it's extremely important. Like, it's an extremely important tool for online learning. And you use them like more than any other tool. So I find that VTs are the most important tool.
Great. I'm glad that you found VoiceThread to be such a useful tool to you this year, Katie. One thing I noticed when I'm listening to your VoiceThread and all the other VoiceThreads for this particular assignment in Science Math Secondary 4 is that I'm hearing everyone's voices. At the beginning of the year, everybody typed. People didn't feel safe enough in your class, I guess, to show who they were and use their voices. And some of you are even using webcams. So it is great to really hear from you. The quotes that you use and what you have to say about your useful tool is very revealing. So thank you for sharing this, Katie.